Hello, my name is Kevin Haddix with the Alachua County Environmental Protection Department, and this is the Water Wisdom Series. Today we're going to be talking about water conservation. In Florida, we already have a major problem. We are using water from the aquifer faster than it is being replenished. There are around 300,000 people a year moving into Florida. If we don't start collectively conserving water in our daily lives, we will have to find alternative water sources that will be much more expensive. Today we will look at ways that you can conserve water inside and outside your home. To understand the need for water conservation, we need to look at where our water comes from. Less than 1% of the water on the planet is readily available for human use at an affordable cost. This water is found in lakes, rivers, reservoirs, and underground sources that are shallow enough to be tapped. Here in Florida, we have the Floridan Aquifer system as seen in this diagram. The water we drink and use for all our other needs comes from the groundwater in the aquifer. Springs flow from the Floridan Aquifer that feeds into rivers and some lakes. The aquifer is recharged or refilled when it rains, and water seeps down from the surface of land through the layers of the earth and back into the aquifer system. Pumping too much groundwater from the aquifer too quickly changes the pressure and can cause wetlands to dry out, a reduction in the flow of the springs, lower lake levels, and can affect water quality. In this slide, you can see water in Florida is used for many different purposes. The light and dark blue shows what's used by people. In Alachua County, that is the largest use of our groundwater, with the second largest being used for farming and golf courses. Let's see how water is being used by people in their homes. This graph shows that about 60% of water is being used outdoors. This water is often used to run sprinkler systems, also called irrigation systems. Many irrigation systems waste a lot of water, as you can see in these photos. We always encourage people to shut off their sprinklers and only water when needed. This will save the homeowner money on their water bill and can be helpful to the landscape, as many plants don't like to be overwatered. Here we have an example of an irrigation system that is putting out a lot of water into the street. That's called overspray or runoff. All that water is wasted and is running off into the storm drain. Alachua County has rules and regulations that help prevent wasteful watering from irrigation systems like this. One of the best ways to save water at home if you have a yard is to make your yard Florida friendly. Grass lawns require a lot of water, fertilizer, pesticides, and they require regular mowing. Florida friendly yards include plants that don't need all these chemicals and often mulch beds that reduce the amount of grass in your yard. With a Florida friendly landscape, you can attract wildlife, reduce the need for watering, fertilizer, and mowing, and still have a beautiful yard that also benefits the environment. Now let's take a look at other ways we use water at home. The average water use per person per day in Florida is 176 gallons. That's a lot of water, and it's higher than the average in the United States. We can reduce our daily water use by making sure water is turned off when not in use, not leaving the water running while doing the dishes, making sure toilets are not leaking, using a shower timer to keep showers to a 5-minute time limit, and not leaving the water running while brushing your teeth. Our water resources are so important to us here in Florida, not only for our drinking water, but for our state and local economies. Tourism around Florida water bodies generate millions of dollars every year. By working together to conserve water, we can allow the aquifer to refill and keep water flowing to our springs, lakes, and rivers. This will ensure that future generations are able to enjoy the beautiful water bodies of Florida and get to observe these beautiful plants and animals that rely on these water sources. concludes this Water Wisdom episode on water conservation. Hopefully you have learned some ways that you can save water in your daily lives. Now is the time to act before it's too late. Thank you for watching.